Scam School Remix. They do all the work and you take all the credit. This might be the best trick we've ever taught on Scam School.
I want you to shuffle up the cards. Make sure there's absolutely no possible way I can know what order they're in. Set them right here, and I want you to cut 2 times over, so you end up with 3 piles as perfectly close to even as you can make it, right?
3 piles?
Yep, 3 piles. Now again, you've shuffled all the cards. There's no way for me to know. So now you've selected 3 piles, totally random cards. I want you to pick up one of those piles. I want you to look at the top card and show it to Aaron over here, so you guys can both know what the top card is. You got it?
Got it.
You got to remember the suit and the value, right? I want you to flip the cards face up, and I want you to set that pile on either one of the other 2 piles. Put the other one on top so we make an Oreo. Take that deck, cut it in half, and riffle shuffle those 2 halves together. All right, so pick those cards up. I want you to hold the cards in your hands. I want you to cut off about half the cards. And I want you to complete the cut. There you go. Do the same thing again. So you just keep cutting the cards until you're certain there's no way I could know where your card is in the deck, and I will continue to drink.
I think
you got it?
good.
You're happy? We ended up with this great big old fat giant mess, right? And I've got a feeling about this one right here. I don't know why. I just feel some mojo. What was the card that you guys picked?
10 of diamonds. Wow. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
So you really do have the cards as shuffled as they can make it. It's important that when you ask them to separate the card into 3 piles, that you ask them to be as even as possible, but it truly doesn't matter what order they're in. It truly doesn't matter which pile they pick up. I'm gonna pick up this pile right here, and I'm gonna peek my card. We'll say it's the 9 of spades is the one we're gonna look for. And you do the Oreo sandwich move, and again, it doesn't matter which pile it goes on, but you want 2 piles face down, 1 pile face up, kind of in this sort of Oreo sandwich move. Now remember, our card is gonna be the 9 of spades, which is the very top of the reversed pile. So you hand it over to them, you ask them to separate the pile. Now I go the extra step here and say, try to get 2 piles as even as you can. The reason being is because what I don't wanna have happen is have somebody pull off like just a few cards on top and get a real uneven shuffle. So instead I ask them to get 2 roughly equal piles and then do a riffle shuffle. As I shuffle through the cards, you'll notice we have a little bit of face-up cards going into face-down cards, and then we hit this brief area where we're doing face-down into face-down, and then we run into face-up into face-down again. Once you do that riffle shuffle, it's that block where we have face-down going into face-down that we're looking for. Now here's something that most people don't realize, but no matter how many times you cut the cards, you're not actually changing the order of the cards. So that's why it's important that you actually say, do 1 cut, then complete the cut, instead of saying just mix the cards up, because then they would be shuffling the cards and you'd be screwed. Right now, we know that their card is somewhere face up in the deck, because remember, theirs was in the face up pile. So what I do is I take this pack of cards and I turn it face down and spread them out. Now here's what you'll notice. You'll notice there's a bunch of cards where we have face-ups and face-downs, but you remember that brief area when we were shuffling and we had a bunch of face-downs and face-downs? That's what this block is right here. This bunch of face-up cards all in one section. Now remember, your card that you picked was the topmost card in the pack that we reversed, right? Which means if you find that block of all face-up cards in a row, your card is going to be the first face down card after that block, to the left of it. So in this case, now what was the card we were looking for at the beginning? It was the 9 of spades, is that right?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, okay, so 9 of spades, and then hopefully if we did it right, there it is, the 9 of spades.
Here's a testament to how strong this effect is. There are people who swear to me they performed it over the phone for other people using their own decks. The instructions are so dead simple that even if you can't see what they're doing, if you explain it clearly enough, they will amaze themselves. And do not forget, you know that we love Domain.com. You know Domain.com loves us. You know that eventually we might get married. Who knows? Don't pressure us. But the important thing is that you can get top-level domains that are fast, easy, reliable. Get your .coms, your .nets, all of that stuff at a huge, huge discount. Normally we have a secret code that we give you, but this is a powerful code. This one is more than twice the power of the previous code, but it's the last chance for you to use it for the entire year. I want you to use promo code SCAMJUMBO to get 35% off your domain when you register at domain.com. Show us some love, man, and show them some love. Everybody love each other. Just not in front of me. I don't want to watch all of you love each other. Just use promo code SCAMJUMBO. Scam School Remix is the best of our 8 years and 500 plus episodes of the show. Dive into the complete back catalog, become the ultimate scam wizard, and then do battle with me. But by battle, I mean have a beer together, because we should really be on the same team, you and me. It doesn't make sense. Why do you want to fight all the time? I love you. I think you're great.